So later upload than usual. The reason being is that I'm actually sick. I left work early, you know, drove home and yeah, I just laid down for a couple hours. I have a mid-grade fever. I'm gonna check it here in just a minute to see if it's gone down. Um, Overall today I didn't feel too bad actually. I think I was having that freedom to drive to the gym, to drive to work. That really kind of just kept my day at a stable level. Till of course I got sick. And then, it just felt like shit and I knew something was wrong, but I stayed till almost an hour before I was supposed to leave. And you can probably hear my cat meowing at me. I know, it's so awful. You have free reign of the house and then you want to get into the room. Anyway, he's such a drama queen. But, still feel, I guess you can say, heartbroken. Well, you can say that, but, at the same time, there's that feeling of happiness that I can now just go anywhere. That I'm not limited by time anymore. I mean, yeah, to an extent, if I need to be at work at a certain time, I have to leave at a certain time, but, I don't have to plan extra. I don't have to try and wait on someone else to take me, I did some number crunching and it looks like if I don't, if I don't really spend anything and depending on what my other part-time job, the smoothie shop, gives me in terms of hours, I'm probably looking at maybe $1,700 a month bringing in, which, would pay my end of the bills as far as the car and car insurance goes, as well as, my other bills that I owe to my mother. Assuming I'm getting the right range of values. But yeah, hopefully I can get some hours at this other tutoring place, which would be a step above, what I'm doing now, and probably give me some more money to earn. The only unfortunate part is that I'm a contractor, because, they don't consider you an employee. So there's a 15% self-employment tax, but, depending on how much I make, that's not bad. It's just, there's no benefits or anything. I'm responsible for that. But I mean, it's not like I really care that much about my health anymore. Because it seems like, having this mental illness has actually weakened my immune system potentially. Which, hey, there we go. My body is doing what it wants to do. But I haven't really eaten much today because of, me feeling ill. But went to the gym and deadlifted 415 for 2. Almost got the third rep, but I just felt so exhausted after those 2 reps. And honestly, I felt like my back would have rounded too much if I had tried to go for that third rep. So next time. But then again, I'm down a pound, so... I also squatted 305 for 3. Probably could have gotten like 4 or 5 reps at least. I mean, I definitely feel like I probably could have gotten 5, but I stopped at 3. And then I did 355 for 1. Granted I was using knee sleeves and the belt just to be safe, because I feel like I'm getting to that point where maybe I should start using equipment and then try unequipped lifts afterwards once I've gained a certain level of strength, just to be, safe. But anyway, it just feels good driving. It feels good being able to go out and do things, Still not going to drive into the city just yet. That's going to be at least another month or 2 before I'm ready to actually try that. Because, yeah, the city that I live in has very tight turns. You have to merge quickly. People just do not fucking yield to you at all. And I don't mean that like like, oh, they have to serve you or anything or yield to you because you're special. No, I'm talking about when they actually should yield to you, they don't. So, but you know, it's not a lot of places in my city that I would want to go to that are like deep in the heart of the city. It's a couple places I found. You know, one's a dive bar that's actually would be a pretty nice place to just sit down and draw and listen to some good 80s music, because I will say this dive bar that we went to a couple nights ago was just fantastic. It was, it had a great DJ. So I hope to God they actually hired that DJ back, because, or sorry, kept that DJ on, because he made some great fucking tracks. Oh, and I'm thinking about doing a little, mini drawing series where I do, fruits and vegetables, some of them ripe, some of them rotting, and giving them like a humanoid face to them. So I'm going to try that on the not so fancy paper, but I actually like this paper. It's thin, and it's not as heavy as the others, but it is rather smooth, so I can get a little more detail with it. The only issue, however, is that it doesn't really blend the graphite that well. I've tried blending it, and it just doesn't get that, it doesn't blend everything as it should. So I think that's something I'm going to start. And since I can drive now, hopefully once I get more acclimated to being on the road, I can drive up to a print shop, maybe start making prints, and see what all of you would like to maybe purchase. Because I would love to just sell my art and, have people own a piece of, I guess, me. Depending if you like it, of course, you don't have to buy it if you don't like it. But I'm hoping to expand beyond horror at some point. Maybe try nature drawings. Maybe drawings that incorporate my degree, astrophysics. So maybe do some drawings that incorporate astrophysical bodies. That'd be kind of cool. Anyway, tomorrow I'm taking off from work because I just don't want to try and come in. Even if my fever goes away, I probably just need to rest for the day. And yeah, hopefully it goes away, and then Tuesday I can start working again. I really hope that I can get close to full-time hours the next semester, because that will greatly help in having me pay off the car. Which, by the way, I'm actually trying to be a nerd and write down exactly, equations that would tell me exactly how long it would take for me to, pay off the car loan. Given the idea that I, pay 4% more each month, 4 or 5% more, just to pay it off a little bit quicker and reduce interest. And then from there, given that, time range, I can actually figure out what the interest would have been. But I wrote the equation wrong somehow, because I'm getting an answer that doesn't make sense. So I gotta double check to make sure that I got the math right. I mean, either way, I could just do it by hand, but, I want to be generic. I did this type of thing before in community college. I just lost the notes that I wrote, or the derivations that I wrote. So, but finance is actually something that does interest me. Thinking about numbers, thinking about, if you pay, if you pay X amount into a loan and you increase it by X percent or Y percent, how long would it take you to pay off the loan, given the fact you're still accumulating interest over, a set period of time, something like that. But anyway, hopefully you guys are doing well. I'm gonna try and finish this oatmeal. It was left over from this morning, and then I'm going to just lay in bed and be a potato. So anyway, that's it for now.